Have you ever felt like you were taken for a ride when buying, selling, or repairing your car? Well, not anymore. I'm Jay.
And I'm Dave.
And this is the podcast that tells you what to watch out for, whether you're buying, selling,
or repairing your car.
With 47 years of automotive experience, we are the Automotive Authorities. This podcast is sponsored by Auto Agents. We're real estate agents for cars.
And Quality Auto STL. Trusted services with no surprises.
Whoa! We are live, and we're live on lots of different channels. I'm Jay Grossman with Auto Agent.
I'm Dave Mark with Quality Auto. Oh, I'm sorry, Jay.
Go ahead.
No, that's okay. How you guys doing this morning?
I'm doing great. So we have a special guest, Dave. We have we actually have the brains behind our podcast. That is Techie Tony, our live. He is the producer with Techie Tony Media. Welcome, Techie Tony.
Thank you, everybody. Good morning. Happy Sunday to you all. Happy Sunday, David and Jay.
I'm really, really happy to be here today. This is technically just a test for us, and it's a live preview for everybody to see. And we want people today, if there's any burning questions that they have, to talk about with us, whether it be buying, selling, or repairing your car. And anything is on the table for whatever you want to hear. We've got everybody here. Good morning. I'm seeing comments coming in. Feel free and say the questions that you have, because we will cover them. So we are going to be going live every Tuesday night at 5:30, and we're going to be covering a topic that you guys have told us that you want to hear about. And so this Tuesday, the 16th, will be live at 5:30, and we're going to talk about preparing to buy a brand new car. What are the steps you take, step by step, walking you through it. Oh, there's Shane. One of my favorite dealers is actually on, believe it or not, I have dealer friends, because there are people in this world that actually do things right, and Shane is one of them. Welcome, Shane. We were just talking about buying a brand new car, and when there's people like Shane, who runs one of the largest dealerships here in St. Louis, it makes it very, very easy. So what I want to talk about today is a little bit about our backgrounds, so you kind of know a little bit more about us. And Dave, I'll let you go first.
Okay, all right. I'm super excited about this, Jay. I mean, just kind of throw this out there that, I never thought I'd be doing a podcast. I didn't know nothing about podcasts. So I'm really appreciative of you bringing me along this ride and being kind of taking the bull by the horn. My background is, I've been a technician for 22 years, went to Rankin Tech, have experience working in independents. I have a parts background, which is wholesale auto parts for about 6 years. But the story, how I'm just going to kind of quickly how Quality Auto STL got started. Once upon a time, about 12 years ago, I bought a garage with a house in the front yard. And I had, no intention of starting a business. I was selling auto parts. And the parts house I worked at had me fixing their delivery trucks evenings and weekends. And I did that for about a year or so. Then they pulled that away from me. And I got used to that extra income. So this is when Craigslist was king. And this is predates Facebook. But I started seeing people advertise on Craigslist, my car needs XYZ. So I started replying to these ads, started getting some jobs, and then I incorporated an LLC back in January 2010. Took me about a year and a half to go from part-time to full-time. And then from there was the whole, business development stage, learning how to be a business owner, not a backyard mechanic. Anybody can be a backyard mechanic, but anybody can be a business owner. And learning accounting, and then transitioning from, backyard to, brick and mortar. Opened a brick and mortar up 2 years ago, and it's just been, like that. So, yeah, that's kind of the story in the short version.
Well, they were, when I met you, you were a backyard mechanic, and now you are one of the most respected, trusted technicians in all of St. Louis. And that is why I chose to, not to get all warm and fuzzy on you here, but we've got a really good guy here and just an amazing co-host that I couldn't say anything bad about this guy. He does it right. He's trusted. He tells people the truth, and that's all we want. That's all people want is a straightforward answer. It's just like in my arena. I've spent over 25 years now in this business, in the automotive business. I spent 18 years in the dealer world. It was a good living for me. I made a good living. However, things were changing very quickly, and I needed to make a decision on if I wanted to. Sometimes when you see a roof over your head where you can't grow anymore, you make these decisions like, I wonder if this is going to be the right move for me for forever. And I started in the dealership world in 1996. And I was a top salesperson anywhere I ever worked. And I just decided, at the end of 2014, I would start a business, and something that really put things on an even playing field, something that was fair for everybody, the consumer. And we wanted to give the consumer just another option on how to sell their vehicle. Simply, you can take it to the dealer. You can sell it on your own, and now you can go to iAutoAgent and sell your vehicle. And one of the things that I enjoy most about my job is the fact of sharing my knowledge with people, and sharing that knowledge that people just don't have. And you can't have this knowledge unless you've ever been in the car business. If you've never been in the car business and you're relying upon the internet and Kelley Blue Book and all this crap, okay, you're not getting the real information. And that's what this podcast is about. This is raw and uncut. We're not editing. We're not doing anything. It is raw and uncut. And we just want to share information with people that they know what the real scoop is at the end of the day, whether it be buying a car, whether it be selling a car, or repairing a car. And these are all of our opinions. And some of you might not agree with us, and that's okay. We're not necessarily here to make friends. We're here to share our opinions. Yeah. And that is all this platform is for. And Dave, I know in your industry, oh my gosh, to find a mechanic that you trust, or, unreal.
Yeah, this business, it's all about trust. It's all about trust. And I think people, people can resonate that and see that, like in my business, when I'm talking to consumers, I talk to them like I talk to my friends. What you see is what you get. I don't try to be somebody I'm not. I if you're looking, I don't over ask his people. I'm not yes sir, no sir, no ma'am, no ma'am. I don't do that, all the time. I talk to people like I talk to you. And I think that resonates with people. And I think they pick up on that. This guy's being real. This is really who he is. He's not trying to, actor in the play. This isn't Hollywood.
And, I'm going to throw this to Techie Tony, because Techie Tony, even though he is a star producer and a massive, awesome company that he runs, he actually drives a car too. What do you think about this, Techie Tony? Why are you so excited to be our producer? And I know you probably drive a car.
I don't actually. It's funny that you just said that. Hi, everybody. Surprise.
What do you do? You take a horse and buggy?
No, I've got an awesome girlfriend and a great support system in place.
Oh, you have your own driver. Oh.
Yeah, I have a chauffeur.
Oh,
no, I was actually ran over by a car when I was younger. I had 52.
People like us actually have to drive their cars. We don't have drivers.
Yeah. I had when I was younger, I had 52 stitches put into my left eye, and I had Bell's palsy a few years back. I've got some vision issues. So me driving is, if you can't see, you probably shouldn't be on the road. So
no, and man, sorry to hear that, man.
No, it's all good. But as far as why I'm excited, I mean, it's cool because we get to see one of the most trusted mechanics in the city, which is David, as you know. And then we get to see somebody who's building a business on the side, and the two of you combined makes a pretty awesome powerhouse. And it's pretty cool to just watch you guys educate and teach people what they need to know about cars. I mean, they're not going anywhere. We rely on them every day.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited to listen to the episode and learn a little something about a car as a bonus. So excited to be here.
So if you're watching right now, we will take live questions if there is anybody watching right now. Again, this was just a preview today. Again, Tuesday at 5:30 on the 16th, we're going to be going live, and we're going to be talking about preparing to buy a brand new car. What are the things you should be doing to prepare yourself? And what are the steps you should take? And again, it comes down to looking on the internet. The internet has a lot of information, but what information, believe it or not, I've got just a little secret for everybody. Not everything you read is true. Oh my gosh. Yeah, not everything you read on the internet is true. And if you have a question, I'm watching the comments. Put it in there. A lot of people on this broadcast right now, and this isn't even the real show. We're just actually talking today, but it does give you an opportunity. If you have a burning question about buying or selling a car or repairing your car, let us know what you want to hear. We're just kind of testing the waters right now, testing our audio. Somebody has a question. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna post this question for you, Dave.
Yeah, I see that.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question for David. What's the benefit of a synthetic oil?
The benefit for synthetic oil, it's actually got added detergent and additives in it, compared to like a conventional or a synthetic blend. That's really that's really it in a nutshell, in a simple version. So you're saying, well, like, what do you think then? Well, the reality of it is there's a myth that if you put synthetic oil in a car, like I drive a 2000, we'll just use my pickup truck as an example. I drive a 2002 Ford Ranger. Okay. If I use synthetic oil, that doesn't necessarily mean that I can go 5,000 miles between oil changes. Because when that truck was built, when Ford designed and engineered that engine, they designed and engineered it with a conventional oil, not a synthetic. Synthetic oils are actually thinner. So yeah, it's good for the engine, but that doesn't increase the oil change interval. I still have to do it at that pre-described time because that's how it was engineered when Ford originally built it.
So let me ask you a question, okay? Because I don't know the answer to this. So when they tell me, I'm going to use Volkswagen as an example, they're saying that you can go between or maybe it was a Volkswagen. I don't remember what company it was. It was like 10,000 miles between oil changes.
Sure.
Like, is my engine going to blow up?
No, it's just that the technology and the materials being used have increased that significant where we can do that. And as far as with the oils that are being used, oils, I'm Valvoline, and Valvoline has a formulated oil specifically for European cars. And yeah, that's theoretically possible. I don't recommend it, but that's theoretically possible. I got a fleet of Sprinter vans that I work on, and they were told 20,000 miles between oil changes. He does them every 15. Those are diesels.
Got it. So, okay. Well, that's interesting. Thanks for that question. We can't see your name, but thank you for that question.
Yeah, thank you.
So, as we're kind of moving along here, what other questions does everybody have? Like anything, like buying, selling, or repairing your car. Like I said, the internet doesn't always tell the truth. It's amazing.
I have a question.
Oh my God.
So
we're all ears.
So yesterday in the Facebook group, I had made a post and asking if anyone had any questions, and I believe it was Cheryl. She chimed in and asked, what can she do about coffee spills on getting them out? And I know you guys do mostly repair, but Jay, this would be more for you because I'm assuming you detail your cars. Do you have a suggestion to remove a stain from was it a car seat cover, Dave, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, it was coffee. It was coffee stains.
I got to try, one thing is I don't, when it comes to when it comes to anything that is not in my lane, I don't try to go there, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that I would contact a detail company, and Auto Agent has an amazing detail company that we subcontract out with. And if you call our office, I would really be happy to help you out and give you that information. I would think that would be the best answer for me.
I think our buddy Chris Lay's got a question.
Oh, Chris. Come on, Chris. Chris is...
I think he's the one that you guys realize you have a face for radio.
Oh.
But that's a smart ass.
So this is a nice little comment. Do you guys feel that's funny? Yeah, we have a face for radio. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Chris.
So I'll tell Chris I'll remember that next time he brings his car over.
Yeah, he'll get the.
I'll give him the face for radio price.
You'll give him that discount. Okay. So what other questions does everybody have here today? This is more of kind of a question and answer type of session. Any types of burning questions that you have regarding buying, selling, or repairing your car. This is a preview of what you will come to see on Tuesday night. So every Tuesday night at 5:30, we are going live. And that will be broadcast to several different channels, as well as, I don't know, Techie Tony is our producer, and he is live with us today. So you guys can see the brains behind the operation.
Yeah, because it's not me and you.
What did you say?
I said it's not me and you.
No, we told. So Techie Tony owns Techie Tony Media, and I'll tell you, we went to him and said, "Hey, we got a lot of stuff to say, but we just want to show up. Can you just make everything else happen?" And he has just done an amazing job. He has put together all these groups. We just show up. That's pretty much it. Couple people are saying some really nice comments. This is all about love. So if you don't have any nice comments to say, we don't want you here. You won't hurt our feelings if you say anything negative, but we want to really, we want to keep this a really positive podcast. It's not edited. It's raw and uncut. And we have about 10 more minutes or so. We're going to take some questions, and then we're probably going to wrap it up. So if you can think of anything at all that you want to hear about buying, selling, or repairing a car, and while you're thinking about that and you're putting your questions in, so on Tuesday, we're going to be talking about preparing to buy a brand new car. Once again, the internet is not the place to go for everything. there are some truths to things on the internet, and there are some things that are smoke and mirrors that is not real. And I will be providing some amazing suggestions to make sure that you're treated fairly when you're buying your brand new car, or how do you prepare for financing and budgeting, and how do you know what car to buy? You know, everybody has their opinion, right, Dave? I mean, when people come to you, they say,
Oh yeah.
they say, well, how do I buy? What car do I buy? And then you answer that how?
Well, I mean, we're probably the worst people to ask because we see what we work on. So we can say, well, you know, don't buy this because of this. Don't buy this because of this. Don't buy this for this. So, you know, I've just told people that I don't care what emblem's on the front of it. You know, they all have their own known for something. You can buy a $500,000 Rolls Royce. They still have Rolls Royce technicians. You know, I tell people, you know, I mean, you go to any dealership, they got 10, 15 technicians. They got service advisors. They got parts department. They got parts people. It's because even you know, people rave about Toyota and Honda or this, and that. Well, you know, you go up to Palmerito Honda and Hazelwood, that's a huge facility. It's a big service department because their stuff breaks too. They all break. So just, you know, I just tell people, just buy what you think you look good in and don't worry about what's going to happen to it because it's going to break. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, when you're driving by and you go to the dealerships and they have the absolute most beautiful showrooms and, you know, for the service department, it's because cars break. They do. And, you know, it's important to know that. Like, there are some cars out there that have better reputations than others. There definitely is.
Reputation's a key word, reputation.
We actually have a question that came in from Chris Lay. And one of the questions is about budgeting and how important is budgeting when it comes to not only the purchase, but the maintenance. Interesting. So he's saying not only is it you have to think about the purchase, but you have to think about what else are you going to have to do to that car over time. That's interesting. So what would you do, Dave? I mean, this is more kind of on your end as far as maintenance. I mean, I have a couple ideas that I could tell you what I would.
As far as maintenance goes, read the owner's manual. The maintenance guide is in the owner's manual, and that's published by the manufacturer. So if you read that maintenance manual and you're working with a good reputable shop, you can kind of say, well, what is this going to cost me? And then you can budget, you know, budget for that.
Well, I'll tell you though,
that's simple.
Some of these maintenances though, and I'll use like Lexus as an example because I had Lexus. You know, some of these maintenances could be $1,000, $2,000 for a 30,000 mile, 60,000 mile, 90,000 mile maintenance. I mean, that's huge. So, man, I mean, that's a really good question. I'll tell you this though. One of the things that we're seeing now, especially on brand new cars, and I'll give Shane a little bit of a little plug here. But on Toyotas, they have a 2 years, 24,000 miles free maintenance on their vehicles when you buy it. So obviously that's all, you know, they build it into price, but I almost rather it be built into the price and know that, like, I just want to have, like, if I'm going to be buying a vehicle, I want to know that if I'm financing it or if I'm leasing it, that's what I'm paying per month. And the other stuff, you know, is covered, you know, and 2 years, 24,000 miles, that's going to cover you for 2 years. But like you said, Dave, these cars break and they get expensive.
Yeah, I tell my customers, you know, maintenance is easy to schedule, breakdowns are not.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, though. Here's a really good here's a really good one for you. if you're looking at a Japanese car or a Korean car like a Kia or a Hyundai versus a BMW or a Mercedes or any European car, your maintenance could be what, 3-4 times the amount. Dave, would you agree that on those cars if you're buying a European car? And
yeah, a lot of the fluids cost more for those. I mean, Europeans are more sensitive to the types of fluids that they require compared to the Asians and domestics. So the Asians and domestics, a lot of the fluids are transferable. I mean, transmission fluid, antifreeze, power steering fluid, even engine oil. I mean, I use the same, GM and Toyota 0W20 is 0W20 across them. I keep a 5W40 from Valvoline, which is formulated specifically for European vehicles. There's European specific antifreeze. The fluids are specific. I keep, power steering fluids specifically for Europeans. They're not interchangeable compared to domestics and Asians.
So here's the things too, and we're going to be talking about a lot of topics. We're going to be talking about buying, selling, and repairing your car, but we're going to be talking about leasing versus buying, because when you lease, you can predict what your expense is every single month. And that's what I love about it. And I'm going to go crazy on that topic. I will.
We're both numbers guys.
We will. We're going to be talking about, again, on Tuesday at 5:30. Tuesday at 5:30, please tune in live. This is going to be our very first live broadcast. Again, this is just the preview show today, but we're going to be talking about preparing to buy a brand new car. And there's going to be some great stuff that we share, but we're going to be talking about, like, Dave's going to be talking about how to buy that under $6,000 car for yourself or your team. That's going to be a big topic, and that's going to be a couple episodes from now. But boy, that's going to be a really good one. We're also going to talk about leasing versus buying and proper maintenance. The technology in the cars. One of the things that my buddy Shane has told me is that there is a shortage of new cars right now. And the reason why is there's this special little chip that goes into all these cars that they produce. And there's a shortage of them because we have so many mobile devices. So you're going to see, if you're wanting to buy a brand new car, that the supply is going to be very hard to get a hold of. And that's going to push people into the used car market, just like it did last year when COVID hit. And so there's going to become a shortage of used cars. There's going to be it's really a great time to sell your car right now. Obviously that's what Auto Agent does. We're real estate agents for cars. It's a great time because there's a shortage of cars right now, and people want the cars, and it's tax time. People have money from their taxes. So, obviously if you want to sell your car, go to iautoagent.com. I got to give myself a plug. But I will say this too. A lot of people come to me for like $3,000-$4,000 cars. Dave is the guy to go to for that. And Dave does such a great job with those cars. And he puts his love and tenderness in each one of them and makes sure that he's doing the best he can to provide that. I think it's great. I think you have a great niche there, Dave. Everybody wants under a $6,000 car.
Yeah, that's the sweet spot, and we go through them, put them together, and find them a new home.
Well, we're running out of time here. I want to end up and make sure that everybody's questions are answered. I'm going to give it another 30 seconds. If somebody has a question, put it in the comments. But I really enjoyed this live preview. This is cool. Techie Tony, our producer, is here. This is really, really cool. And it's great to see this really come to fruition. at 5:30 on Tuesday night. And we're going to do this live every Tuesday night at 5:30 until further notice. And I think that everybody will be able to get something out of this, and we'll have some fun. It's live, it's uncut, raw, no editing, and we're really excited that everybody was able to be here. We got some great questions today, and Dave, Tony, you have any? And then like and subscribe so if you type in subscribe.theautoauthorities.com, you can be alerted through your email of any broadcast that Dave and I are doing. And also, please send us, any questions or comments, please. And you can do it right through our show. You can do right in the comments section.
Jay, are you approved for YouTube for streaming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on YouTube right now.
Okay. We'll get everyone a link so that they can subscribe on YouTube as well. Be sure to hit the bell, subscribe, because videos are now going to be going to YouTube moving forward. So we'll get you a shortened link that way you guys can subscribe for YouTube, but more on that coming soon.
Yeah, this is broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. It's broadcast everywhere. So that's about all for today. Again, I'm Jay Grossman. I'm the founder and CEO of Auto Agent. And David?
Yeah, I'm David Marks, Quality Auto STL, where you get trusted services with no surprises.
And Tony?
And my name is Techie Tony. I am the producer of this amazing podcast. If anyone needs any help or any questions, please feel free to reach out.
Yep, absolutely. Everybody have a good one, and we're signing off.
Bye.
Have a great Sunday, everybody.